knowing the positions, not just the moves. Everyone knows how to do a headlock, but you have to feel how to do a headlock. Everyone knows where do you cross the legs for a leg lace, but when, how does that flow together with your takedown? So I would say transition wrestling we have to get a little bit better at.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. When I was at camp this a month ago with Wesley and Tyler Cunningham, our whole goal was transition wrestling and Greco. A lot of hand fighting skills, a lot of I do move, you do move, but for lack of better words, and I'll put this out there to everybody that's listening. Find me a better term than play wrestling. But that's loosely the translation that every coach ever comes back with from overseas is, all we do is play wrestle. So if I had to define play wrestling, I would say you're at 100%, I'm at 100%, but 90% of the time you're scoring. It's hard to say. I can't, again, that goes with not competing because they don't have a taste for it. If you're not competing when you're little, you learn drill first, which is what Coach Bradley alluded to. You learn drilling, you learn transition, you learn all those things because you can't really know what a live go is until you hit that competition schedule. So if you've been play wrestling your whole life, it automatically makes sense. And some of our best wrestlers in the United States are really good at play wrestling. They're playing it all the time. Everything they do in practice. I'm gonna give you here, I'll work here a little bit. It's a crazy thing, but it's a term that's hard to define, and it's also hard to teach once you've only done it the other way. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think we're getting better at it state. And then from a really big bird's eye view, I think it's organizationally the challenges for us up here as coaches is really tough, and I think we did a great job of managing bus schedule, just like Coach said, and things of that nature. And if we could really fine tune it for our athletes next year, just communication is key with the kids, and then being able to get up here on time, on task, and flowing it nicely will make life even better for our athlete, because that's what we're all here for. We're here for the wrestlers, and that's what we're trying to do. And through those things, I think that, again, we can hit that benchmark of 15 to 20 every year.
I want to touch a little bit more on the play wrestling term, but also I've heard people use sparring, and a lot of people think that's just boxing, but you can spar in wrestling. So, Brandon, just give us some other ways that you've heard coaches describe that, kind of that feel.
So kind of like we call it kind of give and take wrestling, right? So my goal is to, put myself in different positions, so I can get the feel of those. Everyone knows the feel of a high crotch or a double leg or, a front headlock, but, do you get the feel up when you're in a low single and the guy's draped over, you got to split the middle, or he leg passes you, or you go to your back, learning how to roll through, learning which way to bridge. I think it's putting yourself in awkward positions that become common to you. And so I think a lot of kids are nervous to get out of their comfort zone box or box area of wrestling that they're used to. And so when you spar, it's just, don't worry about the back points, don't worry about giving up two. Just wrestle through positions, flow with it, and figure out which way to turn if you do get in a bad situation, that you can still come out on top or still come out ready to go.
Any other ways you've heard it described, Zach?
I've heard a bunch of foreign coaches say words I don't understand, but I've seen it as what was the last time I was? I listened to Max Askren or Ben Askren talk. They love talking about their transitional skills, right? The roll around wrestling. Let's get a roll around in. It's probably what I've heard it called a lot. Or let's go. I've even heard other athletes say, I just need to get a sweat in. Come push me around, right? It's simple, easy, and effective. But getting pushed around, and again, Coach Bradley alluded to it, is uncomfortable. So you have to learn how to compete out of those uncomfortable positions. And that's, what we're trying to, we're always trying to make our athletes uncomfortable to make them a little bit better. Because if they were always comfortable, they're stagnant. They're going to stay the same. They're never going to get that next step forward. They're not going to push through it. I always feel like for instance, I really, really do like the warm-up that we were doing was really uncomfortable to a lot of our athletes at camp this year. But it simulated getting tired in a different way. So the more precise we can come with our simulations, we can become with them, the better our athletes are going to grow. Like no athlete wants to get thrown, but I made pretty much everybody was throwing at every warm up and every Greco go around. Arm throws, headlocks, hip tosses, body locks. I mean, everybody cringes. Oh, I don't want to get thrown. I don't want to get thrown, but you have to do it. You have to get through the uncomfortability of it, so that you can walk into that match going, I've already been thrown. It's not so bad. Let's go do it again. See what's up. And that's what we do. And it worked out really good. I mean, obviously we had 5 cadet All-Americans, and one of them was a national champ, one in juniors, even more, right? It just like I have a lot of dummies in my room. I'm going to be using those dummies all the time now. And I really can't wait to keep using them over and over and over and over again. Because it is important for a kid to be pushed to the point where he's uncomfortable, but you can only do that through good, hard sparring, rolling around, transition wrestling, just getting to every position possible, being strong everywhere. Being positionally correct is the most important thing in wrestling.